It's Carter back here for video 2 of Creo for FTC tutorials. So first we're going to launch Creo. And this episode will mainly be about downloading the kit of parts from PTC's website, downloading the field assembly, and showing you how to download parts from Servocity, McMaster-Carr, AndyMark, and various sites. So first, like always, as soon as you open Creo, you're going to select your working directory. So we'll go to the desktop and find our working directory folder we created in the last episode. So now that that's set, we can go to Chrome or your favorite internet browser. And if we go to our Cybots website at cybotsrobotics.com, we can go to the resources page and see the PTC website link right here. This is their page for everything about PTC for FIRST Robotics. Lots of great links. So here you can download the 2016 kit of parts for FTC. So we have that down here. We'll wait for that to download. You can also get the Matrix kit of parts and the FTC field for 2016 and 2015. So we can also start downloading the 2016 field. So we'll fast forward while those download. So now that our field and Tetrix parts are done downloading, we can open this up and we're going to have to extract it. So we can do that right here. We'll put it directly into our working directory folder. So we can have that extract the files from the zip folder. And we can also take our field files and we'll also need to extract those too. We can put that into the same working directory folder on our desktop. Let that go. Okay, so now we have all those files into our working directory. We can head back into Creo, and now we can go to Open, and we'll see the folders right here in our working directory. So we can go into the field, and we can switch this to thumbnail view if you want to see the individual parts. We'll find the whole field assembly in here. So right here you have the whole field you can view. So you'll see all these planes and axis and points that are all displayed here. What you'll usually have to do as soon as you open Creo is you can go right here and choose to hide all of the planes from your view so that it doesn't go crazy like that. So now you'll have the field and you can do measurements for heights and see the positions relative to all the other parts. And we'll have more videos coming soon about how to measure distances. So we can also see that our Tetrix kit of parts, we can open this up and we have all of the parts here. So you can look through all of these, find motors, find the old controllers, find some basic servos, and all of the normal Tetrix kit of parts pieces. And then you also see the control components folder, and this contains all of the electronics modules which have been pre-downloaded for you from the Modern Robotics website. So we can also open up one of these and you'd be able to measure the holes and everything like that too. So now we'll go on to how to download parts from various manufacturer websites. So we can go to AndyMark's website as an example, and let's say we want to get some wheels. So we can just head over to these. So you can go to any part and it'll have this section down here called Downloads, and here you'll see that it's called a step file, And that's one type of CAD file that you can import into Creo along with many others. You can also import your Never-S motors. So if we go to that, we'll also see under the download section that has CAD file. So we can just click on that and it will start downloading over here. And every time you download a part, you'll want to find it in your downloads folder and either copy or move it into your working directory, so you'll always have it in the same place. So we just downloaded our motor and put it into the working directory. We can also go to the stealth wheels right here. We can download it, find it in our downloads folder, and copy that and paste it into our working directory. So now we have these two parts from AndyMark into our working directory. Now when we're in Creo, when you go to open, you'll notice you don't see them. But that's because the type is a step file, and Creo is normally looking for Creo files only to start with. So you'll go down here where it says type, and you can choose all files, or you can choose just to show step files, IGES files, any type. So now that we turned on all files, we can see both of these parts we just added to our directory from AndyMark. And as soon as you try to open it for the first time, anything that's not a Creo file will ask you to import it. So here we can name it, we can leave the name as it is, or keep the part number and then just say 4-inch wheel hex, and we can import that as an assembly or a part. We'll leave it as an assembly. So now we have the part here with the tread and the center. So we can now use that in future models and take dimensions. There will be more videos coming with how to do that. We can also see, now we have to go to all files. We'll open up our Never-S motor, import that. So now we've opened that for the first time, we can save it, and it will now be in the folder just like this. We can save the wheel, so now it will show them right here in your working directory folder without needing to change the type. So there's a lot of teams that also use McMaster-Carr. We like to use them because they have CAD files available for all of their parts. So here on McMaster-Carr, they have many products, over 555,000. You can search for your part here. So if I'm getting a bearing for the robot, I can find that on here and go to its part number. And then right here, they'll have a drawing of it, and then you can choose what you want to download it as. So we can download it as a step or an IGES, and those will import best into Creo. So I'll go with a step file, and we can save that here. It'll download. We'll find it in our downloads folder again. We can copy and paste that into our working directory. So now when we go into Creo, we can go to open, and then we'll choose the type to all files, and we can now see this McMaster-Carr bearing that we just downloaded as a step file. So when we go to import, we can choose to put a McMaster-Carr MC at the beginning for McMaster-Carr if we want. We can change the name. We can say OK, and now we have our bearing just like it will be when you order it. So this can be really helpful for designing your robot before you buy parts, so you can test out what size will fit and what size you need to make sure it's all the right spacing before you spend the money to buy it. So then again, we'll click save and just make sure it's going to our directory. So now we have this bearing that we can use in future models and take measurements. So another common site would be Servocity that a lot of teams use. So if we go to their website, if you go down to the bottom here, you can find step file library, and this is where you can download all of their step files at once, so you can use them for future reference. So we can just go it'll take us to their Dropbox, and we can download it right here. So once that's done, we can open this up, and we could rename this after we extract it to our working directory again. So we'll go to that, extract it to there. So here it's called all step files. We can rename that to Servocity files if you want. So inside of here it's going to have all the parts in category by folder, foam tires, actuators, all sorts of stuff. So you'll be able to reference those in your models later. And for each one of those parts you will have to go into your folder, go to that folder, and then turn on all files because they all start as step files. So I can choose that, import it, and here we go. So that's how you would do Servocity files. So